Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Now today we're going to be doing another tier list. We're going to be doing a Minecraft block tier list. So we have all these blocks here, and we're going to be rating them from S, A, B, C, D, and F. And let's get started. So the first block we're going to do is oak logs, which, I mean, this has to go in S tier because it helps you build the foundation for everything in Minecraft. Without oak, Minecraft would basically just be a game where there's biomes and trees and monsters, and you have to fight back with your fist. The next one is regular wood, again S tier. Then we got, what block should we do next? Oak leaves. I'm gonna go with I don't know, oak leaves. I'd say a B because they look kind of cool, and also you can use them for some cool stuff. Next we got crafting table, which I'm going with I'm going with survival, not with I'm going with survival mostly. Now TNT. Now I think TNT has to be my favorite block in Minecraft, but can't really. I mean, you can do the same thing within survival, but if we're talking about survival, then it's gonna have to go down in the C tier, because you can still do some cool stuff with it, but not like in creative mode where you can just like blow up 10,000 pieces of TNT, or a TNT mansion, or a TNT castle. Links to all my TNT explosion videos will be in the description. Hey, look! There's my cat! Right there. Hey, look, I'm touching him, basically. Okay, he went off. Okay, next one is iron ore. I'm gonna have to put this at the A tier. Actually, no, S tier. Now, okay, we got sponge. I'm also gonna judge these on how they look. So actually, if I was judging them on how they look, then this is what they would be like. Okay, sponge, I have to put in the D tier because, I mean, the reason I feel like most people will put this in the F tier, but the reason why I'm not is because you can, like, block off water with it. It's very useful if you want to block off a water dungeon or whatever. Okay, stone doesn't look too good, but just because of how useful it is, I have to put in S tier. Now we're taking a bit of a weird turn. Daylight sensors, don't really get them, and I don't really know what they are, so D tier. Coal ore, A, because it doesn't look that good, but it is really useful. Glass, A tier. I like the way it looks, not very useful for much. Is this a dispenser or a dropper? I don't know if it's I'm just going to say it's, no, this is a dispenser. Okay, so dropper, I have to say in a B tier. Same with dispenser, because they basically do the exact same thing. Brick, I'd say a B tier as well, because, I don't know, there's not much you can do with a brick, and you shouldn't build houses with it. Granite, I'm going to put that in the C tier. Sandstone, also in C tier. Let's get on to obsidian. I'm going to put that in the B tier, because you can go to the nether with it, but it doesn't, and it looks kind of cool. Beds, I'm going to put that in the A tier, because that's pretty useful during survival. Monster spawners don't really do much, except for, like, yeah, they're just useful for, spawners. Like, if you want to, like, mob farm or whatever. So anyway, it's going in the C tier. Next one is the chest, which I have to go with S tier. You know how much I use chests in Minecraft? In survival, when I have, like, tons of blocks and or just items and I can't carry them, I always do use it. And okay, torches, I'm going to put that in the A tier. Actually, no, because torches are basically good in every dimension, because they're also good in the nether if there's, like, no lava around and it's pretty dark. And also, they're really helpful and they look nice. Okay, andesite is going to go in the C tier, because, I don't know. Netherrack, F tier. Although the new netherite textures are a bit better, it's still F tier. It just doesn't look good. And another F tier block is lapis block, lapis lazuli block. Again, it just doesn't look nice at all. And lapis lazuli ore itself, I'm gonna have to put that in the B tier. Yeah, because it's good for enchanting, and that's pretty much it. And it doesn't look that nice either. Okay, next, soul sand. I'll put that in the F tier because the only things that it's good for is fighting the wither and netherwart. That's not the. Anyway, redstone block, it's gonna go in the D tier because it doesn't look that good, but it is useful for some stuff. Now we got, I don't even know how to use this block, so we're putting it all the way in the bottom. Cobwebs. Now, I'm going to put this at a D tier as well, because I don't really know what the use for cobwebs is. Like, what's the point? Next is enchanting table, which I'm going to have to put that in an A tier. It's pretty useful. You don't have to use it in order to beat Minecraft, though. Cobblestone has to go in S tier, just because of how useful it is. It's kind of weird how to make stone stuff you have to use cobblestone and not regular stone. Should make like cobblestone sword, but I don't know. Anyway, iron blocks, I'm gonna put that in the C tier. You can make a lot of cool space stuff with it, and that's pretty much it. And it looks the best, I'd say, out of all these blocks. All the blocks of ores. Coal block. I'm gonna put the coal block in the C tier as well. It doesn't look that good, but and I sometimes mix it up for obsidian, but it actually is really good for cooking stuff in a furnace. Because it can cook stuff for a long time. So if you have 9 coal, you should probably just smelt it into 1 coal block. I mean, craft into 1 coal block, because I think you'll get more out of it. But anyway, next is wool. I'm going to have to put that I'm going to put that in S tier, because I was going to say, well, you use it for beds, and beds are in A tier, but you can also use it to build some cool stuff. So anyway, next we got ladders, which I'm going to say is in a B tier, because I don't know. Now we get the redstone torch. I'm going to put that in C because it's good for redstone. It's like one of the most useful things in redstone. But it doesn't really do that much besides that. Now we got mossy cobblestone. F tier. Everyone saw that coming. It just looks ugly. Just like me. I'm just kidding. Well, like, I'm just kidding, maybe. Anyway, we got quartz block next, which I think is in the B tier because it looks pretty nice. It looks kind of like iron block, but it is cheaper and it looks cooler, and you can make cooler stuff out of it. So snow is gonna go in the C tier because snow it's just meh. Because you can do a snow golem, snow block. You can build snow golem with it, and that's pretty much it. Snow golems are kind of good though for fighting blazes. Anyway, bedrock, now in survival, this is an F tier block. But I'm going to put, and I'm going to put on a D tier just because it's like such an iconic block. How could you put it in F tier? Anyway, now I got the pressure plate, which I'm going to put at the B tier because there's not much stuff you can use for a pressure plate, but it is kind of useful. And it's also really cheap. Next, we got glowstone, which is going to have to go in the A tier because it looks like torches. It's way more expensive to get, but it's way cooler. Now, this might not be every single Minecraft block, just so you know, but yeah. Next one is the note block. Now, there's not much you can do with this, but it is pretty cool, so I'm going to put it in the C tier. And next one is clay. Now, clay is kind of good. You can use it to get easy emeralds. It's not really easy emeralds. You have to get like a bunch of clay and then just like keep getting more clay and getting more clay. So I'm gonna put it in the D tier. Not much you can use it for. Not that good looking. And also, but the only good thing about clay is that you can get some emeralds out of it, which is good. Now, next is grass. Now, this has to go in the top tier because it's just such an iconic block, and it's what started. It was the Minecraft logo for so long. And actually, but just don't build freaking houses with grass because it just looks so bad. Because why would there be grass on this is the dirt this is the dirt block, and then here's the grass, and then here's another dirt block. Like what? That's not how physics works. That's not how life works. Anyway, next we got fences. They're pretty good and they're pretty useful. Not much that is the actual like really useful. Like all it really is for like is for the automatic fish farm, which is pretty useful, and it's also just for keeping animals, which you don't have to do. Next we got nether brick, which is gonna go in the F tier. A lot of the nether blocks are in the F tier because they just don't look good. Nether quartz go in the D tier because it looks kind of cool, and it's and you can get actually a lot of XP from it. Next we got a jukebox. Now I think this is kind of like the note block, but yet less useful, so I'm gonna put it in the D tier. None of them are really useful, but note blocks, you can create your own songs. With jukeboxes, you only can put like pre-made songs in there. Next, we got power rails, which I'd say is a solid B tier, because I will put it in A tier, but there's not much things that you can really that is useful for powered rails, but they do the job well. Now, I don't think I've done the furnace yet, so furnace, another A tier block, because of course it's A tier because of just how useful it is. Brewing stand, I'm gonna put this at a B tier actually, because I kind of think that it's a bit because not really many people use potions, but they are actually pretty useful. Next we got the sign, which isn't really useful for much. So I'm gonna put it in the C tier. I mean, you can do like block water off, which could be useful in some like farms and stuff. Anyway, next we got the ender chest, which isn't really useful as well and doesn't really look cool. So D tier. Cauldron, I'm gonna put it in the C tier because it has some use and it also kind of looks cool, and you can go inside it as well, which is kind of cool. Next we got regular rails. Now this is gonna go in the A tier. Now it looks a bit uglier than powered rails, but these are way cheaper than powered rails, and also they do the job good. Next, we got the anvil, which I'm going to put at a solid A tier because it's useful for enchanting as well and name tags, which is a good thing. Anyway, next we got redstone lamps, not really useful for much, so I'm gonna put it down in the C tier, but it does look kind of cool, and it ignites redstone. Next, we got a slime block, which is pretty. It's kind of fun to use because you can you're bouncing and stuff. But yeah, besides that, not much use. Next we got stone brick, which I'm going to put at the D tier because it doesn't look that cool, but it doesn't really have any uses. And I know I'm saying the word useful or useless a lot, but that's what I'm focusing on, the survival. Anyway, beacon, I think it's a really cool block, and I like the way it looks. Go in an S tier. Next is the piston and sticky piston. Now I'm going to put the sticky piston at C and regular piston at B. I'm not very good with redstone, so I don't really know much about what they do very well. Anyway, next we got sand. It's kind of useful. It makes glass, which is good. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Next we got bookshelf, which These look really cool. Not really used for much except enchanting, which is also really useful. Putting it in the A tier. Next is the door, which is actually pretty useful, and it also looks pretty cool. I feel like that's my description for every single freaking block that is in like these top 3 tiers. Anyway, next, stairs. These don't really have much use, and you can just use ladders as well. So I'm putting them in the B tier, right where ladders is. Run out of blocks. We got iron bars now. Now these look cool for prisons. Just under spit bit, but they're not really useful for much. So I'm gonna put them in the D tier. So now we got end stone. Now this actually looks like a pretty cool block. It looks kind of like an alien egg, and I like it. I'm gonna put it in the C tier because it's easy to get. There's so much of it. So like when you're at the end, if you didn't bring blocks and you have a pickaxe, just mine all the end stone. It's pretty useful. And right now we got cobblestone walls, which I don't really know why this was on here, and I don't really see a use for this, so I'm gonna put it in the F tier. Next we got pumpkins, which are pretty useful to get some of that sweet profit and stuff like that, and I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Now we got emerald ore, which there's not much stuff. You can't really do anything with emerald ore, and you never really find it. But it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of like glowy and stuff, and that looks cool. So I'm gonna put it in the D tier. Next one is ice, which ice can be actually pretty useful in the Nether if you like make a ginormous like boat thing of ice, and you just slide across it. It's pretty useful. So I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Okay, we're running out of blocks. Next we got diorite, which is gonna have to go in the B tier as well, because I actually think diorite looks pretty cool, and polished diorite looks pretty cool as well. And we next got redstone ore. Now, you just find too much of this stuff while you're looking for diamonds. I'm gonna put it at C tier because it's pretty useful for like, and it helps you get all the redstone stuff later on. Next we got diamond ore, which it's just iconic, but I don't know. It's just when you find a lot of, holy crap, I'm lagging. I don't know. It's not like the best. It looks awesome, and you know, I have to put it in S tier. You know, everyone's gonna hate me if I don't put it in S tier. It's also an iconic block, just like the grass block. Okay, so now we got what next? Now we got the diamond block, which is gonna have to go in the D tier. They improved the textures kind of from the previous diamond block texture. And then now these gold block and emerald blocks are not actually the real textures. So I'm going to be going off the real textures. I think that both of those should be in the D tier as well. And now we got water. I don't know why this is here. Water can be pretty useful though. And you can use it for a lot of stuff. Actually, you could save. You can actually like you can save your life with it. And lava, bit less useful. I'm gonna put it in the B tier because it can still be useful for certain stuff. Next we got I'm just gonna put these rails. Where do I put these rails? I'm just gonna put them in the D tier because I don't heard of them. Now we got Steve Head, which has to go in the S tier. I mean, obviously it would go in the S tier. Who wouldn't? Same with this dude. This taco dog has to go in the S tier as well. Anyway, that's my tier list. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like this tier list, please leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment down below what tier lists you want me to do next, and I will do your tier list. Anyway, see you on the next one. Bye.